Mendel's idea about the inheritance of single gene, that is character, that is monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. Breeding experiment dealing with one character is called monohybrid cross. Let's study the inheritance of height in pea plant. Height has two contrasting traits, that is tall and dwarf. Experiment. Mendel crossed a pure tall pea plant, that is TT, with a pure dwarf pea plant, that is small t. He called them parental generation. Seeds obtained from this cross were grown. He noticed that all plants are tall. None was dwarf or intermediate in size. He named this F1 generation. The F1 plants were self-pollinated. Plants produced by this cross were called as F2 generation. In F2 generation, 1/4 plants were short or dwarf, while 3/4 were tall. This generation expressed dwarf or short trait which was not present in F1. Thus, the phenotypic ratio of F1 plants was 3, that is tall, is to 1, that is dwarf or short. Mendel self-pollinated the plants of F2 generation. He observed that of 1/4 plants, that is capital T, produced tall plants only. The 1/4 plants, that is small t, produced dwarf plants only. There were 2/4 plants, that is capital T, small t, that behaved like F1 plants, that is produced tall and dwarf plants in 3:1. Thus, genotypic ratio of F2 plant was 1, that is pure tall, is to 2, that is hybrid tall, is to 1, that is dwarf.